come back to this idea of Hindutva Fevicol. The Hindu is not a monolith.
Yes.
Hinduism is not a codified religion. There is no one book that defines or describes who is Hindu. It has been famously said and argued that even atheists have a place within Hinduism. Justice J.S. Verma said, of the Supreme Court, said Hinduism is a way of life, right? That idea of Hinduism and Hindutva are not always on the same page. So when you look at the Mandir Moment, what do you see? Because you have said that there is no daylight between Vajpayee, Advani, Modi and Shah on key issues. The Mandir Moment was seen to be, by many critics of the government, as a announcement of the Hindu Rashtra. But I was reading some of your old writings, and in 2020, you said, we are already living in the Hindu Rashtra. Explain what you meant then and whether anything has shifted today in 2024.
So I want to answer this question in two parts. Sorry, as an academic, I give long answers, so I apologize for that.
The whole idea of this conversation is to go beyond bite-sized nuggets. So
no, but I am sorry for that. So let's try to sort of get at the first question you asked, which is the Hinduism versus Hindutva.
Yeah.
The description that you just gave of Hinduism is not just accurate. It is exactly what Hindu nationalists believe Hinduism is. The difference is you celebrate it, right? But for Hindu nationalists like Savarkar, this sort of enormous diversity, lack of a code was the ideological lack of unity that ensured that Hindus were praised for invaders again and again and again, right? In the 20th century, the idea of invaders is replaced by the idea of elections. Right? So Hindus lack unity. That's why they lose on the battlefield, in the third battle of Panipat. In the 20th century, Hindus lack unity, unlike Muslims. That's why they lose in the electoral field. Right? The entire 100-year project of Hindu nationalism, what we call Hindutva, is the creation of a modern Hindu vote bank. And it is precisely because traditional Hinduism lacks this ability that you need a vehicle like, otherwise if the traditional Hinduism can convert easily to Hindutva, what do you need the RSS for? What do you need Savarkar for?
Sorry to interrupt you, but Arun Jaitley used to, I think, say that it's about converting the cultural Hindu into a political Hindu.
That's right. Or rather, cultural Hindus because into a political Hindu.
Yeah.
But in order to convert them to a political Hindu, you need an underlying common cultural base, right? Now, the opinion is divided whether in doing this, Hindutva has changed Hinduism so much that it's not Hinduism anymore. I won't buy that, right? I think it's a modernist response. Just like other religions, if you look at the Buddhism of, Dharampala in Sri Lanka, if you look at political Islam of Sayyid Qutb, if you look at the Christianity of the Christian Democrats in Europe, of course they are changing religion a little bit when it's entering politics. So Hindutva does the same thing. But it would be too much to say that the political incarnation of Hinduism has nothing to do with Hinduism. That's not, that's too much of a stretch. And whatever your and my view of the subject, millions of Hindus in India see the vehicle of their religious expression to be the BJP, They don't think Hindutva and Hinduism is different. The Ram Mandir movement is a Hindutva project. From 1,000 years from now, it will be seen as a Hindu project.